On this episode of Dead Interesting, what do a lawyer, a bottle of whiskey, and a gazebo all have in common? Find out next. Imogene Remus, mother, wife, abused woman, unsuccessful assassin, double-crosser, murder victim, ghost. Augusta Imogene Brown was born on September 15, 1884 in Wisconsin. Eventually ending up in Chicago, Imogene met and married her first husband, Albert Holmes, and they had one child together, Ruth. Imogene worked in a deli that was frequently visited by a successful lawyer named George Remus. The two started an affair, divorced their spouses, and married each other on June 25, 1920. George quit his law practice and became a bootlegger. Earning the title the King of the Bootleggers, George was rumored to be the inspiration for the title character in The Great Gatsby. The couple was known for throwing lavish parties and living a decadent lifestyle. All good things come to an end, and George was done in by liquor control agents that he could not buy off. George was tried and sentenced to 2 years in prison. The government sent in liquor control agent Franklin Dodge to find out where George had stashed all of his money. George told Franklin that his wife Imogene had his power of attorney and hinted at the fact that he would be willing to testify against other bootleggers for leniency. This plot backfired, as Franklin and Imogene had an affair, liquidated all of George's assets, hired a hitman to kill him, and even tried to have him deported. Imogene eventually filed for divorce. On October 6, 1927, Imogene, dressed all in black, left the Alms Hotel in Cincinnati with her daughter Ruth. They were in a taxicab on their way to the courthouse for the divorce hearing. Soon, George was following them and they ended up in Eden Park. He had his driver cut the taxicab off to stop it. Imogene, fleeing the taxi in fear, ran towards the gazebo. George caught up with her, pressed his pearl-handled revolver into her abdomen, and fired a single shot. Imogene's screams attracted onlookers who quickly got her to the hospital. Unfortunately, it was too late, and she died from her wound 2 hours later. George turned himself in to the police and was put on trial for murder. He claimed insanity due to Imogene's betrayals. After a 19-minute deliberation, George was found not guilty by reason of insanity. He only spent 2 months in an insane asylum. Imogene did not have a funeral and was buried with little ceremony in Rose Hill Cemetery and Mausoleum in Chicago, Illinois. Witnesses have claimed to see Imogene's ghost at the gazebo. Claims of seeing a woman dressed all in black, crying or staring at Mirror Lake have been reported. However, when someone approaches the woman all in black, she simply vanishes. Does Imogene's ghost haunt the gazebo at Eden Park? Perhaps her soul is not at rest because her murderer did not receive the justice he deserved. Or perhaps she's afraid to move on for fear of her own judgment? Either way, reports of the woman dressed in black persist to this day. We find that dead interesting.